Welcome to our England versus Nigeria preview, taking place this Saturday at 5:15 at Wembley Stadium, or it's either at Ellen Road, one or the other. It's somewhere in England, somewhere abouts in England. Of course, this is the beginning of England's preparations for the World Cup coming up in June in Russia. They got another game to play after this against Costa Rica, but first it's going to be Nigeria coming up this weekend. It's certainly going to be a true test for England, because Nigeria are, of course, in the World Cup this summer, and they've got plenty of players that can really give England a test. People like Alex Iwobi in Arsenal, and Kylian Iheanacho at Leicester City. Musa used to play for Leicester City as well. John Obi Mikel used to play for Chelsea. Plenty of players that could easily test this England squad and really put up a good fight against them. So, Joe, let's start off with yourself. England, of course, approaching into this game with Kane as their captain, not your beloved Jordan Henderson, but Kane should have the right mindset really to get England off to a good start in these friendlies and really push them on into good form entering the World Cup this summer, shouldn't he?
Yeah, well, obviously, didn't agree with the choice of Kane at first as captain. I still don't know, but Southgate's made his choice. Got to get behind him as our captain, got to get behind the team. I think, obviously, England should be beating teams like Nigeria. That's no disrespect to Nigeria, who are a solid team, who've done well in the qualifying. But we're England, we go through qualifying easy. When it comes to these games, we should be still beating sides like Nigeria because we're better opposition than them. We're stronger, we've got better players in all the positions. And I think we should get the result on Saturday.
Yeah, it should be an easy result for England to achieve against a side like Nigeria. They are quite a strong team in the African Cup of Nations. They always seem to do well, Adam. But England's striking force, really, likes of Kane and Vardy, who together, scored 50 goals this season. They should be really getting themselves into this action really early on and getting themselves into form in an England shirt ahead of the World Cup, shouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, the thing with the strikers for England, especially with Harry Kane, is the last few friendlies he's done, he's been taking the corners, which hasn't helped. We don't want that. No. You want somebody who can get up there and get the headers. You don't want him taking the corners. It's not sort of a striker thing to do. You want the likes of Henderson or somebody like that swinging them in. You don't want somebody who possibly could score being inside the box. So from that retrospect, Southgate's got to look at that and improve. And I think it would be a massive test for England, considering the younger squad. Yeah. We are a younger squad than Nigeria are, because Nigeria's got more experience. So it would be a massive test, and I would be surprised if we didn't draw against Nigeria, to be honest. I've just got that feeling. I don't think we've got the experience to hammer them anyway.
Yeah, it's not a bad prediction to say that they could draw, but how do we want to approach this game, boys? Do we want to be playing the side that should be starting against Tunisia in the first game of the group stages, or do you think Gareth Southgate potentially should be, experimenting a little bit more, potentially using that youth, as you said, Adam, to see what he's got really that could be potential in the reserve for England in these World Cup games? How do you think Gareth Southgate should approach this game?
Well, in all honesty, I think he should be not experimenting. He should be coming up towards these areas now. He's had friendlies to experiment already. He should be coming up to them now, where he's getting his first squad together. He's getting them so they're clicking more. They're going to have youngsters in it either way, because that's unavoidable. So they're going to have them clicking with the older ones and making sure. We've only got a few minor, more experienced ones, but you should be getting them to click now. We need the full extent of the first squad going in now. You can give the odd one everyone out, but you got to decide who's going to be the first team.
Yeah, certainly, Joe. The defence may be a bit troublesome for Gareth Southgate to pick, because he's got plenty of players that can play in multiple positions, and of course he loves this free back with wing back formation at the moment. How do you think he should set up the England squad for this Nigeria game? How do you think things should unfold for England? Should they go with experience or youth, do you think?
I think he should go with the team that he's going to start the tournament with. I think he will in one of the two friendlies. I think he'll give everyone a bit of a chance between the two friendlies as well. To be honest, three at the back, be interesting to see. Obviously, we've only used it twice so far, memory serves, which was the two friendlies against the Netherlands and Italy. I think, personally, with the previous tournaments, we had Roy Hodgson that trialled and errored with the 4-3-3 in the Brazil, remember rightly, and then last time round he switched his formation for the Euros, which he hadn't used in friendlies beforehand. At least Southgate's using the friendlies to sort out the system. I think 3 at the back will probably do what he did in the Netherlands with Walker. I think it was Maguire, was it?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think who it was. Stones as the other centre back, and I think he'll have Trippier and probably Rose. Maybe Ashley Young. I'm not sure. On the left side, it could be either or. I would go with Rose personally myself because he's an actual tried and tested left back, whereas Young is the winger converted to left back recently. And obviously the midfield 3 could be anyone. Obviously the striker, that's Harry Kane's going to be a focal point of the attack no matter who he puts up there, and Sterling will probably get a game. It'd be interesting to see who picks as his midfielders, but I think the 11 that you should pick in this game should be the one ready for the World Cup. Obviously you don't want to reveal your 11 too soon because the opposition would know. But then you've got the other side of the coin, where you've got to look at the fact that you've got to have these players playing together, and get this team gelling for the World Cup, so we can have a good start.
Yeah, get the chemistry going in that sense, and making sure that they can get results on the field before even the World Cup starts in that sense. So, from that perspective, then, boys, what kind of result are we expecting from this game? Do we want England to be winning comfortably by a 3-goal margin or something like that, or are we going to be happy with a narrow win, maybe 1-2-1, or would even a draw be satisfactory just to see the fact that the team is gelling together? We'll start off with you, Joe. What kind of result do you think England should be able to achieve in this game?
England should be winning this game, as I said earlier on. Whether they do is another thing, because obviously England don't always get the results, do they? England's England. You never know which side's going to turn up. You never know whether it's going to be like a McLaren side from 2007. Sorry, Steve. Or, well, I was going to say the Capello side, but they weren't much better. We'll see. I think England will win. I think they'll win 2-1. They'll concede because they're not that good defensively, let's be honest. They've been a little bit more solid since Southgate's changed the system, but they're still not perfect. And they're not going to be perfect at the World Cup, if you ask me personally. But I think they've got enough firepower up front in Kane, and they'll probably bring Vardy in at some point to get the goals to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Same question for you, Adam. What do you think the result's going to be in this game?
I've got a feeling, as much as I love England to win, and they should be hammering teams like Nigeria, I do feel it's going to be a draw, just because I know Southgate. He's been in the youth system. He came up from the youth system to manage England, so he's going to be using the under-21s that he's brought into the squad, and I just don't think that they're ready for such an experienced squad. I think the under-21s that have come into the squad should have been given more friendlies before being picked for the World Cup, so I've just got a feeling that they'll draw.
Okay. That's fine. Joe's going to go for an England win. Adam's going to go for a draw. I think England will win this game as well. I think it's going to be more towards what Joe was saying, and roughly about 2-1 scoreline, 3-2 maybe if the defence isn't quite there on the day. But what is your own predictions? Let us know in the comments box below this video. Make sure you like the video as well. Subscribe for more Let's Talk Sport content, and hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss a video that we post up on this channel. Goodbye, my friends, and I'll see you soon.